Ben Campbell says that he first saw me and Jamie live in 2010 when we appeared at the at the Stephen Colbert, Jon Stewart rally to restore sanity and or fear. How did you get the invite to the rally? And do you have any behind the scenes stories? I have so many behind the scenes stories from that. That was incredible. So it was 2010. Obama was 2 years into his first term, and the conservative world was losing its collective mind. That was absolutely felt like what was going on. And Jon Stewart and Stephen Colbert had both put out a press release that they were going to have a rally, and Stewart's was to restore sanity and Colbert's was to restore fear. And then they joined their rallies. And I was in LA at a friend's house for dinner when my phone beeps and I've got an email in there from Stephen Colbert. And I hadn't met Stephen at that point. Had I met him? I mean, Jamie and I might have gone, actually, I don't know. But at any rate, I didn't know him at all. I know him a little more now, but I didn't know him at all. And to see his name in my email inbox was heady, as you could. I was, oh. And my wife was like, what? And I put my phone and she went, oh. And so I pulled up the email and started replying. And my wife was like, you're just going to reply? You're just going to reply to Stephen Colbert? Like it doesn't even matter? You're just going to type something to him? I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. It really felt so strange. And then about 4 or 5 days later, Stephen and I got on the phone, and it was lovely. We were mutual fans. We talked about what we liked about each other's work. We talked about the White House press correspondents' dinner. And then he said, look, Jon Stewart and I are both huge fans of yours and Jamie's, and we'd love you guys to be the opening act of our show. We'd like you to kind of warm up the crowd before all the incredible musical guests come on that included, oh my God, the musical lineup. Just go look up the Rally to Restore Sanity and or Fear, because yeah, I was on stage with some unbelievable heroes, and it was a beautiful day. But so Stephen says, look, we've combined our rallies. We'd love you and Jamie to be our opening act. You would do 15 minutes before the official start of the event. And I said, yeah, completely. And he said, we'd love it if you could do some experiments with the audience. And I ended up actually having a long, lovely chat with my friend Richard Wiseman, who's a wonderful content creator, writer, YouTuber, magician. He lives in Scotland. And we had a great chat about things that we could do with large crowds. And we ended up doing a set of experiments. We did a wave. We did a wave starting from the stage, going all the way to the back and then coming back. We timed how long that wave took to make it. We timed how long the women took to do the wave versus men. And I think the women were faster. Then we had everyone jump. And we had a seismic activity machine. My brain is a little bit slow this day. Basically, we had a seismologist on hand, and we were able to create a little bit of an earth tremor by getting the crowd to jump. Can I talk about this crowd for a second? I think it was the full length of the mall. So it was like, how many people were at the Rally to Restore Sanity? I want to say it was over 100,000. Hold on just a second. I'm going to ask this question. How many people were at the Rally to Restore Sanity and or Fear? Search. About 215,000 attended the rally. Right. So I'm on a stage. I'm staring at 210,000 people going back about a mile. And the moment Jamie and I walked out on stage, oh, wait, right. So I agreed. And then I got to work with Stephen's people to write up this 15-minute piece of what Jamie and I would do on stage for that 15 minutes. And they were great. They were really, really fun to work with. They're super, and I knew a couple of the writers, and they were just delightful. So the day comes, we get to the mall. It is, 215,000 people on the mall. It was intense. And we get up on stage, and that's when the teleprompter craps out. There's a teleprompter about 50 feet in front of us, right in the middle, so that we can look at it and it's just blank, nothing on there. But the night before, I had done the final rewrite and polish and sent it off to the writers, and they had put it into the prompter, so I remembered it for the most part. And I will say, Jamie Heineman, while not let's say a born performer, is a born problem solver. And that means that he understood exactly what was happening. So the moment the teleprompter is not showing anything and I'm starting to talk, he just starts to look at me and waits for the cue. We had a really good sort of symbiotic routine with each other and sort of dealing with things like this. And yeah, I would start to do this. Time for a Jamie joke. I'd tee it up, look over at him. He would knock it down. He knew his part. And we got through the 15 minutes. We got everyone to jump. We got the wave to go back and forth. It was lovely. It was just amazing. The biggest crowd I probably will ever perform for. And then it came off stage, and that's when the day got really fun, because once you've completed your part of the thing, then you get to really enjoy yourself. This is axiomatic of what it's like to work anywhere around Stephen. And I know Jon Stewart much less. I've only met him in passing, just like once or twice. But I get this feeling that infuses both of their entire sort of creative groups, is that I came off stage and there was Stephen in his costume for the opening, and he comes right over to me just as I'm coming off stage, and he goes, "Thank you so much for doing that, Adam. I really want to know, did you have fun? Was it great?" And that's Stephen in a nutshell. Like, he wanted to know that we had fun. That was the most important thing to him. I mean, that just felt like the biggest hug. So we talked to Stephen and his lovely family for a little while, and then we went into the backstage, into the green room, which was, full stop, the weirdest green room I will ever participate in. I still to this day wonder what Sam Waterston and Wilt Chamberlain spent 90 minutes talking about intensely on a couch. I would love to be a fly on the wall in that conversation. Two great minds. It was such a weird, I mean, at one point I'm talking to John Hodgman, and the Roots are all moving around. Questlove and the Roots are just lovely. They were awesome dudes. One of them, I think their tuba player, was a huge fan and asked for a picture with me. And I'm like, "You want a picture with me? Sure, absolutely." And I'm telling Hodgman about it. And Hodgman's like, "The Roots are absolutely the best touring band in America right now. They really are. They're just so tight." And I said, "Tony Bennett." And he said, "No, Tony Bennett's good, but I'm really not sure he comes anywhere close." I'm like, no, Tony Bennett is standing right behind you. Like, he's right there. Cat Stevens came in, and when I said, "Hello, Mr. Stevens, I'm Adam," and he said, "You can call," he was making a joke, but he said, "You can call me Joe," short for Yusuf. Yusuf Islam, which is his name. And then he spoke, and Cat Stevens, he's Cat Stevens' voice. When he speaks, you're just like transported on a magic carpet. I don't know about you, but I discovered Cat Stevens organically as a kid. I was going through some albums, and I found this album called Teaser the Fire Cat. Is that the one? Or was it T for the Tillerman? I can't remember which one, but I put it on. Whichever one is, the opening song is Morning Has Broken. And I put it on, and I was like, "Oh my God, does anyone else know how good this music is?" So to be in a room with Cat Stevens telling you about a show he's writing is just amazing. And then in situations like this, you never want to be alone. It is awful to be alone. You want a wing person. And in this case, my wife and I found as wing people John Hodgman and Anna Marie Cox. And the four of us spent that whole day kind of being a citadel, dealing with the insanity and amazingness that was going on all around us. And that night didn't end for hours and hours and hours. I mean, I think we all separated in the very wee hours of the morning, and we all probably looked super bleary, but what an incredible day. Yeah, I mean, at one point towards the finale, in the finale, they're singing the final song and the whole audience is singing along. And I can't even remember what the song was. Was it I'll Take You There? It might have been. But the important point is that we're like backstage and someone comes into the green room and says, everyone get on stage, it's the finale. And so the Osbournes and Jamie and I and Cat Stevens and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, we'll all move on to stage and we're all dancing on stage. And I'm standing there and here's Jeff Tweedy on his guitar and he's playing and like, it's Jeff Tweedy. And he looks over to me, and the look is like, can you believe how weird this is? Like, that's the look. Like, how amazing and weird is this? And it's like, yeah, it's really weird and amazing. And again, just this day of meeting people who were so far beyond my heroes and having everybody that I met that day being so kind. And I really feel like that all stems directly from the locus of the event, which is Jon Stewart and Stephen Colbert. I think the primary output from both of those gentlemen, can I say this, is kindness. Yeah. I mean, I think that's what both of them have been railing about their entire careers, is this kind of deep hidden, we can all be kinder to each other. And to participate in an event that stemmed from them and find kindness all the way down, all the way through the thing was super inspiring. Yeah, so I did have some stories to tell you about that event. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to support us even further, you can by becoming a tested member. Details are, of course, below, but it includes all sorts of perks, and we're building them all the time. You get advanced word and behind-the-scenes photos of some of our projects. Questions, you get to ask direct questions during my live streams, and we have some members-only videos, including the Adam real-time series of unbroken, unedited shots of me working here in the shop. They are weirdly meditative. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you on the next one.